Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wellingborough Community Forum. We're here to work together to make Wellingborough a better place to live and work. On today's forum, there are three of us. Shall we start with you, Joe? Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Jo Peplow. I'm Centre Manager at Glamis Hall for All on the Queensway and Trustee at the Kingsway Centre on the Kingsway.
And Connie?
I'm Connie Penn, BCSE Assembly and the Hemingway Project.
And last but possibly not least, I don't know, I'm Jonathan Hornet. I am Facilities Officer for Wellingborough Town Council and Coordinator for Wellingborough Eco Group, and your host for our Wellingborough organisation's Wellingborough Community Forum today. So the agenda is very simple. We start off with the introductions. Tick, we've done that bit. And then we talk about what we're doing. We'll all run through what our events are, and I'm sure we've got lots and lots of events. As I introduced myself, I'm wearing two hats, so I've got two lots of stuff to go through, so I better go last. Should we go around in the same order that we introduced ourselves?
We've all got at least two hats that we've mentioned.
Absolutely.
Right. So at Glamis Hall, obviously we're a venue for hire, available evenings and weekends predominantly, but we do now also have space for during the weekday. In our main hall, we have 9 till 11 available some mornings, and then we have 2 till 4 available some afternoons. We do also now have our new group room, which is occupied Monday to Friday, 9 till 4, but is available evenings and weekends. So currently, as well as the day centre, the hires we have at the Glamis Hall are Starlight Dance on a Monday and Tuesday, GLJ Theatre Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. We have driving tests go from here Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have Zumba karate on a Wednesday evening. We have karate and choir on a Thursday evening, and we also have relaunched the Glamis Hall Youth Club in our new area on a Thursday evening as of last night, so that's meeting fortnightly, so not next week, the next one will be the week after. We also have badminton, line dancing and Premier League kicks on a Friday. Saturday mornings, we have a Romanian school in our new group room area. We then have a church on a Sunday morning, which is the Christian Faith Community Church. So alongside that, we obviously run the day centre. And we also have 2 adult football teams on a Sunday. So depending on their match schedules, they're normally each one plays every weekend here as a home match. We have Galactic FC and Glenvale Park FC. Then events that we have coming up. Our next indoor car boot sale is the 14th of March. That runs 9 till 12 and is open to the public. There are still a couple of tables available for then, but not many. So if you want one, please get in touch as quick as possible. And then the following event is the 28th of March. We have our race night. So I think that's everything at Glamis. And then at the Kingsway Centre, we have 2 different types of dance, ballet tap, dance for fitness and contemporary dance on a Monday evening. We have bingo with Swanspool Senior Citizens Group on a Monday afternoon. Tuesdays, we have another bingo club. Tuesday evenings, my memory's gone. Bingo. Oh, we have Little Kickers Tuesday morning, which is football for 18-month to 4-year-olds. We have dance Tuesday evenings. Monday evenings. Tuesday evening, we have the Model Railway Society. Wednesday, we have Northamptonshire Carers who support anybody who is caring for somebody. And then on Friday or Wednesday evening every other week, or every week, depending on the time of year and whether it's table tennis season. We have Chester World Table Tennis Club. They also meet Friday mornings for an over 50s bat and chat session. Friday evenings, we have Wellingborough Tabletop Gaming. Oh, I missed Thursday. Sorry. Thursday evening, we have acrobatic gymnastics at Aquatoma. Saturday mornings, we have football for 18 months to 4-year-olds. And then we have 2 different churches on a Sunday that run back to back. So yeah, that's filled our week up. We do still have some slots available in the evenings, but it is very tight on what is currently available.
So you're mega busy in both places by the sound of it.
Yeah, great for us.
That's great.
Not so great for people that want to hire venues, but yeah, we have got some spaces available. And obviously both venues are available Saturdays for birthday parties, family get-togethers, or whatever people need a hall for. The Glamis halls can be open until midnight, so that's midnight lock-up, music off at 11, midnight lock-up, and the Kingsway Centre, everything has to be locked up by 10 p.m.
Crikey. Okay. To say that the Kingsway Centre was very quiet until you took it over. So you've done an amazing thing there by sort of really.
It wasn't. It was just not very well advertised. Most of the hires that are in there are already in existence.
Okay.
We've only added a couple of hires in the last 12 months. We've added the 2 churches, the 2 footballs, and tabletop gaming. Everything else was already, and I mean, there's a couple of groups as well that I haven't mentioned because they are not things that the public can rock up to. They're invite only support services. So, yeah, but yeah, there was quite a lot in there already.
As you say, it wasn't advertised at all. I just thought it was sat there. I thought it might have a nursery in the mornings. That's the last thing I remember being in there.
The nursery hasn't run since COVID.
No.
That was an all day.
Before then.
Yeah, that was an all day service. Was Busy Bees, which was Laura's mum. It was Laura's mum and her sister. But yeah, that closed down after COVID, unfortunately.
That's a shame. I was going to quiz you on something, not Glamis or the other one. I'm trying to use 2 computers at once, and Jonathan struggled with 1 computer, not that 2. What is that? Oh, it's there. It is something that's happening on the Queensway, which obviously is where Glamis Hall is, if I can get this word. On February the 9th, i.e. a couple of weeks ago, there was a big old Pride of Place meeting, wasn't there? There's quite a bit of money going into the Queensway area, well, up to £20 million over a 10-year period. So potentially £2 million every year for the next 10 years. I'm sort of adding this in because it's the best place because you're Queensway. And they are looking for a voluntary chairman, aren't they? I don't know how they're getting on with that.
I think they're advertising, but that's as far as it is at the moment. It's not just the chair. They're looking for residents who live on the Queensway to be on the board. It needs to be community led. So yeah, it's 20 million over 10 years. So some years it'll be under 2 million, some years it'll be over 2 million until that 20 is spent. Nothing can start financially until April 2027. So the next year is getting everything in place, getting all the ideas from local residents, working out what is feasible, what is supposed to be done statutorily that isn't being done and should be being done. So that'll hopefully launch in, April next year was when they can start getting the finance. The finance is all being held by NNC, so they're the accountable body. So they would be doing all the reporting and managing of the finances.
That should benefit Glamis quite a lot, really. Well, you'd hope it would do.
Hopefully, yeah. If we got things that fit with what the residents want to see on the estate. Most of the time, the quick wins that people on the estate have asked for is more litter bins being emptied correctly or promptly and properly, litter bins, dog waste bins and recycle bins, cutting back of hedgerows and bushes, making sure paths are clear, and repair all the lighting.
Yeah, that's
And
obviously
repair the play equipment as well when it breaks, instead of it being sat there for months before anything's done. And they're the quick wins that people want to see. Yeah, so hopefully things might start happening.
well, let's hope so. It's been neglected for at least the last 10 years, isn't it? So I think the tale of there being litter bins and then being taken away to put on a different park because the residents complained is something that sticks with me.
The
The
what, sorry?
Sally Town Council, Sally,
Yeah,
the
sorry,
club.
Jonathan, what did you just say was moved?
You know, we had lots of bins, didn't we, on Queensway Park,
Yeah.
and they all disappeared overnight. The rumour is that Red Hill Grange didn't have any bins, so all the bins got
No,
took from the Queensway Park and put onto Red Hill Grange.
no, one bin got took from our back gate, and
Yeah,
that was put on Glen Eagles because
that's
the residents there were kicking up that there was a bin shortage. The other bins were damaged by people, children, adults, mixture of. We had two bins down the side of our building, and they were both damaged, ripped out, set on fire, so they weren't replaced. And they were also being used to climb over our fence.
yeah. Well, let's hope they provide a more permanent sort of, obviously fireproof solution next time. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. So there's also the Queensway Month of Action coming up. That starts the 30th of March and runs for a month. That's being organised by the Safer Communities team at NNC. So they're doing a variety of things across the month. They've got a door-to-door door knock, giving advice to people about fly tipping, what to put in what bins, how to contact the council, fire safety and things like that on one day. They've got the fire service going into the sheltered accommodation and care homes that are on the Queensway. There's been an increase in false alarm calls, being the fire buttons being pushed, or or people trying to cook and not being able to. They are doing so the waste and recycling, fly tipping, police, fire, and everything will be on Kilnham and Nerva the 30th of March. There's a walk round for Shelley, Wordsworth, Brook, Owen, and Sassoon. That's happening at the beginning of March, and then that'll be programmed in, but it might run at the end of the month of action, where again they're going to do door to door fly tipping, litter advice, smoke, fire advice, things like that. They're having a stall at Queensway Medical Centre for the day. There's a couple of different organisations going to be there providing information. They're waiting to hear back from the Wombles and the Wellingborough Eco Group as to whether they're joining in or not. Apparently there's been contact made by Suzanne Preston, but she hasn't heard back.
We have replied to them. We have replied to them, and we said yes, we are, and we're going to do things. I don't think we specified exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah.
One of the events was going to be our end of month litter pick, so that fits in. So that'll be on Queensway Park. And I know Wombles are very keen to do some picking on the Tuesdays, as actually they have been doing every Tuesday along the brook for about the last 4 weeks. So they started on Brick Hill Road and been working up that brook underneath the subways. Subways underpasses, they're hardly subways. So there's been a lot going on, but yeah, I'll reply to her again because we did write back to her, but obviously it's got lost in translation somewhere.
Next week there's a new calisthenics gym being installed. Should be will be by the Mooga, the other side of the brook from where we are, and that'll have a launch event where people can go try it out and get instruction on how to use it, but there will be signs there so that people know how to use it, apparently, because I could walk past it and wouldn't know. Obviously, we've still got the park run starting, and that's also going to have wellbeing walks attached to it as well. Waiting for a final start date on that. There's a community fun day on the 2nd of April that's going to run from 12 till 3. Hopefully on the field if the weather's good. And you can book to have a stall there. Any organisations can book. At the moment, they've got 8 stalls confirmed. And there's 2 beat bus surgeries happening during March, one on the 10th somewhere along the Queensway, and the 21st will be either Brickhill Road or Prospero Drive. So yeah, that's all coming up from 30th of March to end of April.
Who organises all that stuff?
I don't know. I've not heard of the
Safe
fun
as-
day, Joanne. Joe, crook, I've started that again.
So the fun day is being organised by Northamptonshire Sport, Arusa, and NNC Stuart Bryce.
Okay, that's cool. Right, I have been asked to say that if people want to know a little bit more about the pride of place thing, I think I started saying this but didn't quite finish.
Sorry.
Sally will share slides circulated on the 24th of February, so a couple of days ago. My computer doesn't seem to be charging, which is weird. And also, we as town council have requested that one of the people on the board be a town councillor. That's an obvious one, isn't it, really? So I'm not sure it's particularly it doesn't matter which one, it just needs to be one. I've lost my mouse on my computer. Thanks for that, computer. Here we go. Go on.
Yeah, the NNC ward councillors are meant to be being involved as well, but one of them can't pick a party at the moment, so.
Well, I can imagine. I can imagine. The other thing you touched upon as well is a lot of sort of crime fighting and safety stuff.
Yeah, that's really
Obviously something that the council is pushing, and Northants Council and Northants Chamber of Commerce are the Wars app. I know that we were on it. It's focused on the town centre to a certain extent, but I think the idea is that people, organisations like us, like people sitting in the room and people watching, need to start using it, or they're going to sort of withdraw it. That's the word. I don't know. The Wars app.
Wars.
Yeah, WARS. It's the one where you report crimes and stuff on it, rather than phoning up the police, and then it can be tracked as to what goes on. I'm sure you've seen it, Joe, because it's been going on for about 2 years. Certainly when we had the Eco Hub at Glamis, we were invited on and were part of the Wars app. And basically it tells you what has been reported and stuff in the local area. It sort of measures crime, a lot of antisocial behaviour, obviously things where people's lives are being threatened and stuff will go through to 999, but some of the antisocial behaviour can just be reported, like fly tips and stuff, on something called the Wars Reporting app. We're asking our councillors to distribute leaflets to local business to encourage people to contact Sally if they are interested in taking part in the Wars app. The idea is to try and make the town safer. It was based mainly in the town centre, but anywhere in the whole town can take advantage of that, just to try and sort of clear up some of the antisocial behaviour that's happening. And I think me and you, Joe, know there's a fair bit of it around the Queensway estate.
Where do you download it from?
I just put in Wars app Wellingborough and it came up.
They're calling it an app, but it's not an app you can get on your phone. It's a web-based app.
Mm.
That's why I couldn't find it in the App Store then.
Yeah, so it's if you go in on Google,
social behaviour
under town council.
Whilst you're looking for that as well, I
Yeah.
should just say there's the master plan invitation to a stakeholder meeting is to be expected from North Northants Council week commencing the 16th of March to discuss the master plan for Wellingborough. This invitation will be circulated once received.
Doesn't count.
Of course it does.
So
It's probably
you
more
have to,
important.
sorry, going back to the Wars app,
Yeah.
you have to email an email address to ask for access to it. By the look of it, I can't see where you can actually.
Yeah, you have to register by contacting the Safer Communities team, I believe it is, or the local policing team. I must admit, I'm as guilty as all the businesses that did sign up to this, that I haven't really used it with the eco group thing, because we registered as Eco Hub at Glamis Hall. But it was quite interesting to see all of the different issues that were happening. Quite staggering the amount of issues that the police have to deal with, really. But I don't know why, Joe. Joe, I thought you were part of that.
That's something I know. There's also jumping to the Kingsway. There's a new project been launched by Northamptonshire Police on the Kingsway called Clear Hold Build. Again, obviously police, so it's trying to reduce antisocial behaviour and various crimes. I had an email yesterday, there's a meeting at the Methodist Church next Saturday, 10 till 12, to discuss that project and what's happening and what can be done on the Kingsway estate to reduce crime.
On the Hemingway.
They did a clear hold build on the Hemingwell
Done there as well.
2011.
Okay.
And then when I approached the police in 2022, sorry, it must have been 2021 they did it. Yeah, 2020, 2021 was the clear. And then they did hold, and they were about to move from the hold position to the build position when I met them last year. And our project on the Hemingwell is part of the build position.
Okay. Yeah, I met two of the officers on it last week. They came in to see me. So yeah, if anybody wants
a much higher police presence in the area during the clear and the hold.
Yeah, they pass it over to from what they were saying to me, it sort of passes over to the councils, the county council, when they get to the hold stage.
Yeah.
Okay. On a slightly lighter note, we are going for the Town of Culture thing. So that could be a Glamis, Kingsway and Hemingwell thing to get involved with. There was a meeting about it last week. It's a stakeholder meeting scheduled for the 4th of March at the Victoria Centre, 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. Due to a short time frame, and I'm reading this, to submit an expression of interest by 31st of March, we are asking stakeholders who are interested in becoming delivery partners to help collate a programme of events for submission. Stakeholders will be divided into tables of 6 to 8 people to discuss ideas. Please let Emma know, Emma Events at the Town Council, if you wish to attend. We particularly welcome councillors willing to use their facilitation skills to help them gather information and keep discussions focused. That could be a really big thing if we're successful. And also that gives everybody options to get involved. We've got quite a lot of culture and a lot of history in Wellingborough, obviously. But it's also about what's happening now. Like, for instance, Hemingwell has quite a lot going on at the compound and stuff, don't they? So, you know, he still does his music thing down there, doesn't he? I'm asking the wrong person, but yeah, Cam down at the compound, always getting my tongue twisted there, might be somebody. Obviously, there's a lot of art and culture potentially that could be done, like with GLJ.
Yeah.
Definitely somebody who would be interested in that. Obviously, it's only next week, isn't it? 4th of March. Crikey, doesn't it come round? So,
Wednesday.
Can you
4th of March.
copy and paste that and send it to me, Susan?
I can copy and paste that. I've even got I don't know why, but I've not even got a cursor on the computer at the moment, so I'm doing quite well getting around this computer anyway. But have you been invited to that, Joe? Or?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I had an email off Emma yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah, fabulous. That's good. I was just making sure that it went out. So I think it's definitely a whole town thing. You obviously haven't had an invite to that. So we'll forward that invite to you, Connie, because obviously you're obviously not on the list, but you can be on the list and you should be on the list with your stuff going on. And Joe, have you finished? Have you told us everything there is to know in the Kingsway and Glamis Hall?
I think so. Probably missed something, but yeah. Car boot 14th of March, quiz night 28th of March. And we've got GLJ bingo as well, actually, on the 29th of March, the day after our race night.
There are lots and
So
lots of
Sunday
events
afternoon.
happening at Glamis and Kingsway. That's good. All right, it's your turn, Connie. You've been very patient with us.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So, follow on from the last month's meeting,
Okay, go on, drum roll, please.
I am pleased to confirm that the Hemmingwell project has received £228,389.
Wow.
£228,389. That is an awful lot of money. That's fantastic.
That's amazing, Connie. Well done.
Yeah, well done you.
Starting on the 2nd of March. So it's been a busy month.
Yeah.
And we have been interviewing. We advertised the job. I had a phone call just before I came in, started this meeting. The DWP in Wellingborough have been helping us to get candidates to come in. And later this afternoon, I shall be offering a contract to somebody who will start, as of next week, doing 7 hours per week during March and April, and 28 hours per week thereafter. Obviously, the reason for the 7 hours is notice has to be given. The person is in work at the moment. So that's a start. 4 years support, and we only asked for 3 years support, and we were given 4. So that was quite a surprise and very welcome.
It's news.
Fantastic news.
We now have 3 staff employed at the Breakfast Club. 3, there's one person does 5 days and 2 others are sharing. So there's always 2 paid staff on of a morning, Monday to Friday. They start at 7:30 to 9 o'clock beyond. And we also have volunteers from the community, from the church. And we have 3 forensic psychology students, 3rd-year students from the University of Northampton, also supporting the Breakfast Club.
Wow.
And they have fitted in extremely well. We have, which has been run by the Hope Church, but we're now also supporting it, Feed the Need on a Monday, £10 for a crate, and I'm amazed at the amount of food that's given out in that. And then on Saturdays we have a car wash, again done by the church, 10 until 1 o'clock. But running beside those 2 events from the project is a warm space, 10 a.m. to 2 o'clock, on Mondays and Saturdays. Mondays, the people who attend Feed the Need tend to come in. And then on Saturdays, families or, somebody wants to wash the car, they're coming in, but then other people are just coming in for a chinwag on a Saturday. Tea and sandwiches, all free for those warm spaces. And the warm space was started originally through funding from NNC for November, December, January. We were late to the party. We didn't start until the end of November, so we've been running it up to now. But we're going to continue that going forward for as long as it's needed. But it's very popular. There's a walking group intentionally moving on Monday evenings in the stops from the well Monday evenings, and there's 10 or 12 doing that at the moment, but they're looking to expand it. And thanks to Northampton Council Environment and Greatwell Homes, Northamptonshire Sport and Northampton Town Football Foundation, they have helped me get a football pitch. Originally, Greatwell Homes offered me a piece of land 18 months ago, but the sports people and leisure people decided that it wasn't the best piece of land. So they've been out together, the four organisations, and walked the Hemmingwell. And so 2 permanent fixed goalposts are going to be installed in the skate park.
Oh, cool.
In the next few weeks. They've identified the goalposts, etc., and that is going to be purchased in the next couple of weeks. And then that's all part of our delivery for the first year of the grant. But also down the road is an after-school club, hopefully in September, and a lunch club from the autumn.
Wow.
So we have committed to 5 projects for this first year, and then other projects can come in beside, but we have to report on those 5. And reporting back every 3 months, and the funding will be released on this Wednesday coming, the first tranche of the funding. So it's been a long haul, but
No wonder you said you were frazzled when you came in. Crikey. Yeah. That's really, really excellent news, isn't it? Because everything had potential to work, but without the pennies, you were, dare I say, hemmed in Hemmingwell. But now you've kind of got all this stuff happening.
and
Already, like before you've even really sort of kicked off the funding, you've got all these plans. It's really refreshing and exciting.
well, that was one of the things that the lottery said to me this week when I spoke to them again, that the reason they made the decision to go for 4 was because we'd already been running for 2 years. We had achieved some stuff on our own, and the project looked mature, and therefore they felt they could go forward with it. But, completing a contract, then obviously the jobs have to go out for public tender. So it was writing a job description, writing a job advert, doing contracts. The brain is a bit overworked at the moment.
You'll certainly need a holiday after all that, but it doesn't sound like you're going to get one soon, does it?
So really pleased, and the BCSE Assembly has supported me in this project all the way along, and also now the Hope Church have pulled out stops, and they're really supportive and giving us accommodation and everything else. So they've made a difference.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You since you've been in the Hope Church, you've gone on leaps and bounds, haven't you? You're really struggling at the other place, but I think you've still got eyes to possibly make the other place into the community centre that the community deserves. Can't say much more than that, but no. Well,
Connie, can I give you a tip about your football goalposts? Speak to NNC's grounds team now, because at the end of the football season, they normally take the goalposts down and don't put them back up again until the football season starts. So I got them here at Glamis. They stay up all year round because we've got the football group on a Friday, and it means the men's teams can come and do training and practice. But yeah, otherwise you might find that you go to do something in the summer, for example, because they'll come down, I think it's May, and go back up at the middle of August. So
The grounds guy is involved. So there's two people from NNC, Quinton and who's in environment, and then another guy who's on the grounds. They've met up and they walked the pitch as well last week. That's when they decided on they're going to be permanently fixed in. I think they're going to be incorporated into the ground.
They'll put the sockets in the ground. They'll be permanent fix, but they take the posts out. All the other pitches are the same. So yeah, I've got a contact. It's Jamie that you would need to speak to at County Council. Jamie Featon. He organises all the grounds teams that do the cutting, the marking, hedge trimming, everything like that. Yeah, he's the one you need to say, please don't pinch my goalposts when it's close season.
And we're also applying for the funding from sports, not Northampton Sports, I think Sports England, to do a women's football, but it's social football rather than competitive football. 18-year-olds upwards, so that they can have a kickabout and activity, but it mainly is a social group. And we hope to get that underway by May, I think.
Yes, it May's when they'll pinch your goalposts because it's the end of the football season.
Thanks, Joe.
Pinches after your goalposts. Anyway.
No. Well, I'm trying to get new ones sorted, but NNC won't fund them. The teams have got to apply for grants to fund the new goalposts.
Right, okay. So Swanspool Gardens and Pavilion, which is where we're at. We're in the office at the moment of the pavilion, the games office. Repair works to the pavilion will commence next week. We've got the same roofers that you've got had, Joe, starting here next week because we've got a leaky gutters. And it is a bit of a waterfall at the moment just outside the office here. So they're going to repair all gutters. They're going to repair a couple of slates. That's starting next week. They should have started a month ago, but obviously it hasn't stopped raining for 2 months, has it? So they've been a little bit behind. So I can't blame them for that. We're also going to improve the flushing mechanisms and fix a boiler. So there's a lot of stuff going on next week. The bowling green, it says children running on it. It's just been scarified. Maintenance to that is underway too, so that will be ready for the new season, which is a massive relief to the bowlers because you can imagine the amount of calls and comments I was getting about that not happening in time. So that's good. So that's there. We had a bit of excitement at the start of the month that the COF grant was back on the table. So we've been rushing around submitting new costs to the minister. We've got they requested that the commercial team at the ministry requested that our project manager and quantity surveyor to provide updated costs for each product element and revised funding analysis and a revised programme assuming ministerial decisions. That ministerial decision is expected by Saturday, the 28th of February. The information has been produced and demonstrates the council's ability to deliver the refurbishment as set out in the business plan adopted in July 2026, it says here. I think she means 2025 because we haven't got a TARDIS. So rapid assessment now underway to provide the COF team and subsequently the Minister with a recommendation regarding the viability of funding of the project. Originally advised the decision would be received by the end of the month, but this has been updated to a recommendation being provided to the COF team by that time. Obviously, we need a formal offer of COF funding before we can proceed with the complete refurbishment works. But once a decision has been made, we'll consider the next steps. In the meantime, as I just said, we've got repairs starting next week, and the garden renovations of the bowling green and maintenance obviously will be either just started, or the cutting and stuff will start in the next few weeks. Of course, we're quite busy down here too. I'm not sure we're quite as busy as Glamis Hall and Kingsway Centre, but we've got loads and loads of things going on. We obviously have got the eco group that are doing a load of stuff. Talk about that in a sec. We've got Bingo Buddies, which are a lovely group, ever expanding. So we've added at least 2 more tables to their weekly session on a Wednesday. It starts from 12:15 and goes on till 2:45. Loads of prizes, really lovely group. We have, what else do we have? Oh, we've got Swanspool Squirrels, which I'm absolutely, the reason why I look a sweaty mess is because that takes place on a Friday morning from 10 till 12. I say it finishes at 12, it quite often runs over, and then we have a cup of tea afterwards. And then I get the pleasure of tidying up some of the piles of stuff that's in the car park. So yes, I've still got a twig in my pocket, and I've probably got more like a bird's nest in my hair. So we cut hedges today, edged paths, trimmed bushes back. We did jet washing last week. The Swanspool Squirrels is open to everybody. You can come in, we'll give you tea and coffee, we'll supply all the tools. You get a choice of red jobs and grey jobs. Red ones being really difficult, like you really should be a trained person for, and the grey jobs are quite simple, like gardening or pressure washing or cleaning in the hall or weeding. What you do is up to you. So come and join the Swanspool Squirrels every Friday morning, 10 to 12. Obviously, that is working alongside the Friends of Swanspool Gardens that will resume their Thursday sessions in the spring. They tend to concentrate on the Rose Garden and the Manic Memorial and around the Labyrinth. So the bits that the Friends of Swanspool Gardens, the squirrels, are sort of taking on and tidying up, maintaining and hopefully improving both the gardens and the pavilion. Trying to get my mouse to work now. Something that I did and the eco group did on Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday. They couldn't have picked a better day for the eco group, as you know, Joe. It's our busiest day of the week. But we were at the Tresham College for their Green Skills, Sustainability and Environmental Awareness Week. So we had 2 stalls, one from the Town Council that talked a lot about what the squirrels were doing in the garden, but also about our sustainable approach to gardening, the fact that we're composting all of the green waste on site, that we've changed from annual bedding plants to flowering perennials to save on resources, but also we're looking at perennials that are less more drought tolerant, because we've had some very dry years. So it's been decided that bedding plants would take too much maintenance, but also too many resources and too much watering to be sustainable. So last year we invited different organisations, including schools and businesses, to adopt a flower bed. We had a planting week in November, and now those plants are all starting to come up. So if you come to the pavilion, the 2 big square beds either side of the pavilion are now a mass of lovely daffodils. It looks absolutely lush. So, and there's going to be loads and loads of colour coming out of those. So I'm really excited to see that. There's still some beds to sort of do. We'll look at that with the squirrels, but also with our nature rangers that are also due. The Wellingborough Eco Group nature rangers that are also due on Monday to do different bits and bobs in and around the garden to help nature as they do. Well Informed magazine. Hopefully you've both got your submissions into Well Informed this month. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do, but my pieces already.
What? Okay. Well, the Well Informed, what's it? Leaflet, whatever you want to call it, went to press this week, so that'll be available next week. It's given out to all community centres, so if you don't get it, we'll give you some, but it's available here at Swanspool Pavilion in the Eco Hub. We bring them up to Glamis Hall. So you'll have some up there, of course. They'll be in the library, be in the Victoria Centre. Any community centre in the town should have some. So yeah, there should be lots of adverts. There's also the same presentation that I did at the Green Skills Sustainability and Environmental Awareness Week. They could have had a nice short title, but they didn't choose that. So you can read about what I was just talking about with the gardens and stuff, because I've done War and Peace in there. I think they're expecting a little bit of writing. They obviously haven't seen articles by me. What else can I tell you? What else can I tell you? We've had some events recently. We've had a pancake race, which was very exciting because we had penny farthings in a pancake race. Now, how does that work? It was flipping good. It was flipping good fun. So yes, some very tall, graceful men, which is probably not the right thing to say. I've never seen graceful men, but they look graceful on their penny farthings, flipping pancakes. So they were racing down down Market Street, plus loads and loads of families took place. That was a real exciting event that was held on the 14th of February. This weekend just gone, we had the Mayor's Civic Service that included a parade. It was hosted by the Wellingborough Hindu Association and was very well attended. The next Wellingborough Town Council event is the Mother's Day craft workshop. Now, I can tell you're both excited by this thing, so I'm going to tell you more exciting things that's happening. That's on the 14th of March, which I believe is a Saturday. It's a flower arranging workshop. It's here at Swanspool Pavilion. You can go onto our website, wellingboroughtowncouncil.gov.uk, or Facebook or Twitter or whatever other social media are on. There's details on there. You need to book to get on. So have a look at that, book yourself on. It's very reasonable, and make yourself something nice for your mum. Are you buzzing there? The next one is at the end of the month with the Eco Group. It's the Great British Spring Clean. So 28th of March in the town centre, annual event every year. We'll be tidying up the town centre from 10 till 12. Everybody's invited, equipment and everything supplied. There'll be town councillors there, staff, Eco Group, Welly Wombles, join in. More stuff, 23rd of April is St George's Day flag raising. The biggest event in the town is the International Wendell Walk on the 8th and 10th of May. There's still sponsorship opportunities, so if you'd like to contact Emma via events@wellingboroughtowncouncil.gov.uk. There's a few different packages, and again, if you have a look at wellingboroughtowncouncil.gov.uk, there's lots and lots of information there about how to get involved with that. Windrush Day is on the 22nd of June, on Forces Day, 27th of June, the Carnival. And yes, we usually have a good one from Glamis Hall, and I'm sure you'll have the Kingsway staff and volunteers in there this year. And obviously the Eco Group have been very, very successful with their parades. We don't have a big float, we have a walking one. That's happening on the 4th, with the Party in the Park taking place on the 5th. Your MC is Gary from GLJ Theatre as usual, as he will be at the Wendell Walk. And of course, it feels like sunshine's just come out, so it almost feels like summer already. So there's half activities between the 27th of July and the 7th of August, and the beach is open all August. There's loads more bits happening, but you don't really need to know about Halloween or Twinkle just yet, because that's just making us feel like the year's gone already. So
if I knew we were going that far into the year, I'd have done some more events.
Oh, there you go. I've got the world's most colourful poster here, so it looks like Wellingborough is a theme park. So you could have, like, this just looks like it's straight out of Alton Towers, but you are welcome to add some events, of course you are. But that's pretty much what's happening in the first half of the year for Wellingborough Town Council. Now, shall I put my other hat on and somebody else wanted to say something? Because you look like you wanted to say something.
No?
No? Okay. Right. So I'll put my eco group hat on and I'll start with another litter pick that's happening tomorrow at Ladywell Park, more commonly known as the Plants Estate. So it's on Neptune Drive. There's a lovely park there with a nice lake at the bottom and a little bit of a play area, really steep hill. We go there every February. So we've been there the last 2 Februaries and have a tidy up. Some of the people like to go in the water, not what we recommend, but that's what they do. And we usually fill about 20, 30 bags, usually have about sort of 20, 25 volunteers there. That takes place on Neptune Drive at Ladywell Park tomorrow, Saturday, 28th of February, 10 till 2 as usual. So join Wellingborough Eco Group, Welly Wombles there. Something else that's happening in the town, not officially an eco group thing or a town council thing. There is a gathering to object to the sale of the car park happening from 1 o'clock on the high street at the entrance of Jackson's Lane. There's a green bit in between what was Wilco's Motor Spares and the hairdressers. We're hoping to have a lot of people there waving sort of placards, trying to make the Northants Council sort of aware that people actually want to keep the couple of hundred or so spaces that are there because it is a very valuable asset to the town. There's got to be a halfway thing that perhaps half of that site could be developed because it's pretty much scrubland with the car park. We're asking them to keep their hands off. There'll also be speeches from a couple of the local politicians and Freddie from the Wombles, who's very passionate on this issue. So do join us. I'll be there from 1 o'clock. Moving on, next Saturday, which I believe is going to be the 6th, can I add up, Connie? Might be, is the Eco Group's first craft day, and it's also an open day at Swanspool Pavilion. We have lots of craft stalls, so we're trying to support local crafters, but also we'll have lots of information and stalls and demonstrations, including from the Repair Cafe, Welly Wombles, the community allotment, all sorts of stuff on our open day, which is the 6th of March. So come and join us for some fun. There's lots of tea, coffee, homemade cake. Like I say, if you want to book a craft stall, they are going very, very quickly. But we'd love to support more crafters if you wanted to do that. If you have a look at the Eco Group's website, which is wellingboroughecogroup.org.uk/eco/craft-fairs, that's where to book that, or have a look on all the social media stuff, because obviously the Eco Group's everywhere. And talking about being places, we are at Swanspool Pavilion in the Eco Hub quite a bit. As has already been said by Connie, there's another month of warm spaces happening, and that's also with the Eco Group. We are on a Tuesday, 10 till 6. We're now in the hall as well because there's so many people coming in, and we're typically feeding 40 people every Tuesday and about 30 people every Thursday. So Tuesday, as well as the swap shop, food sharers and Tuesday tidy ups, we have a Happy Cafe warm space from 10 till 6. Thursday, we also have a Happy Cafe warm space with swap shop and food sharers, but there's also eco crafters. And something we're doing this month, because it's Mindful March or Mindfulness March, I can't remember exactly which one, is we're doing scrapbooking or lots of different crafts so that people kind of think about life, think about what they're doing, trying to get people to be more mindful. So we'll have an eco crafters mindfulness activity between 10 and 2 every Thursday too. Other things that the eco group do, we have nature rangers 10 till 2 this Monday at Swanspool Pavilion and Gardens. In 2 weeks' time, it will be the community allotment, and the nature garden at the community allotment is really taking shape. That looks amazing. On the first Tuesday night of the month, on every Monday night of the month, let's get the weeks in straight, we have something called So Social. Lots of people joining in with that, really lovely to see. Lots of people sewing together and being social together. That's 6 till 8 on a Monday night at Eco Hub or Swanspool Pavilion. Tuesday night, first one of the week, is Green Drink. So if you want to get together with like-minded people and chat about the environment and just about everything else, that's at the Queen's Head from 7 o'clock. On a Wednesday, we have our working parties at a community allotment at Ladywell. It's completely free to get involved, and we're doing a special offer. Are you ready for a special offer? It's not quite as good as your news, but we're giving all volunteers their own little raised bed. So as well as helping on the community allotment and sharing the produce, all volunteers will now be able to have their own little raised bed so that they can grow their own produce, and that's a completely free thing on our new bit. There's loads going on there. We've got a lovely new polytunnel. We're putting up a greenhouse. We've got bees. We've got the nature garden, like I say. We've got a copse, which is going to be used for yoga in the summer. We've got 3 other greenhouses already, 3 sheds, a well. There's a nice brick line well, so that's been it's got a cage over it. And where else are we? We are on a Friday. We have Replay Fun Fridays, which is basically our games night. Completely free, lots going on there. Come and play games completely for free. Gets quite competitive, particularly with the younger members that come. On Saturdays, I've already given you 2 Saturdays. On the second Saturday of the month, we have a repair cafe at Victoria Centre. That is huge now. We had 6 new repairers turn up last time. So we're up to about 20 repairers now. So it's kind of a bit mad. We actually filled 2 venues at the Victoria Centre. So we've taken up the big sort of downstairs hall, but also the room next to it. So that was mad, and it was really popular. And the Victoria Centre also had a interfaith cafe afterwards, so it was really, really nice to do last month. This month should be just as busy. It's there for anybody to bring their broken items in and get them fixed completely free of charge, unless there's a part, and of course they're more than welcome to give a donation. On the 3rd Saturday of the month, we are planting some more trees. Funnily enough, it's just behind me in the car park behind here. We're planting a native hedge between the road and the car park, and hopefully the site of where the old greenhouse was, where the eco group are hoping to build a garden village. So that's in planning. We're potentially going to have greenhouses down there. We're going to have a barn, or what they call porta cabins for food share, swap shop and happy cat. And there's going to be some sales sheds for other organisations to try and make it into a community space that all organisations can use and promote themselves, but also with the draw of the eco group at the back of it to try and get people in there to create a community buzz at Swanspool Pavilion and Gardens, and also to open the hall up to more hirers, because the hall is getting quite busy with hirers. I think that's about it, because the last, I've already talked about the one at the end of March, which is the Great British Spring Clean. I'm going to get shot because there's bound to be something I forget, because I always forget something, but there's loads of. Just putting my other hat on for a second. New things that are coming into Swanspool Pavilion, including a line dancing group. That's starting next month. There's loads of other stuff and my brain's gone blank. There's going to be a nursery starting on a Wednesday morning. We've got new yoga and fitness sessions. I've got a lady who wants to start Pilates sessions. Obviously, there's loads of council meetings. You're always welcome to come and sit in on them. And just like the Kingsway Centre and Glamis Hall, the main hall at Swanspool Pavilion is available to hire out for parties. So we've had some really good parties. We've got a lovely birthday party happening on Sunday for it's a lovely young chap. So that'll be really exciting for them. So do have a look on Facebook if you're on it at Swanspool Pavilion and Gardens page because there's loads of interesting stuff going on there. And obviously, with my other hat on, do have a look for Wellingborough Eco Group on whatever platform you're on, because I can't believe there's any platforms we're not on now, because we're on things like Mastodon, and Blue Sky, and Threads, and Instagram, and X, and Facebook, and Nextdoor ×3. So yeah, very connectable, just like this forum, really. Have I stunned you both into silence? Have I remembered everything, Joe?
No idea.
No idea. So, has anybody got anything else they want to say? Because we did start about 5 minutes late. We're
That's your
finishing.
excuse for running over this.
We started, I don't know, about 5 minutes late. As it happens, I think we've overshot by about 3 minutes now, and that's mainly because I couldn't stop myself talking. But there we go. So, if you're shocked into silence, I suppose we better go home, really. Well, thank you all. Thank everybody for watching. It's been a pleasure. We are back again on the last Friday of the month, Friday in, March, which is, funny enough, going to be about the same date, I believe.
It is the same date.
March, same date. So do come along. It's lovely here at Swanspool Pavilion. We can sit in the office. Gosh, if it carries on being this sunny, we can sit outside. We're not going to do it, Joe. We're not going to do it. Or, of course, you could join us by Zoom. Everybody's invited. We really want more organisations to join in to try and share what's going on in Wellingborough and for everybody to walk together, because there's been some really useful connections that we've established via this forum. So thank you, Joe. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, everybody, for watching. All that remains to be said is, come on.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you. Thank you. See you next month. Thank you.